Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome back. We here with a live show. I know it's been a while, but welcome to episode 113. How you doing, Crypto for Change?
I'm doing pretty good. It has been a long time, literally, since I wasn't in Barcelona, so I didn't have anything to do with those lives and those interviews. But shout out to you for being out there, getting some great content. I know the community really appreciated that. And then last week being July 4th, we didn't have a show then, so it's been a long time since we've kind of taken a hard look at the market, kind of where we're at, with alts, Bitcoin, the entire narrative. And I'll say this: the things are looking dicey. That's what I told my wife. It's
Yeah.
like right now the market, like Bitcoin looks like it did back, before it made a really big move up, and went from like low 20Ks to almost, over 60K. Ethereum looks primed. Obviously, you got the ETFs that are set to possibly go live in July, and so that could be a lot of inflows. You got altcoins that literally over the past 2 months have most of them. I mean, and I'm talking even top ones: Cardano, XRP, even WIF, and all the big funny memes. They've all retraced like 80, 90%, from the
Yeah.
highs that they
Crazy.
had. So
Yeah.
it's this run's kind of been weird, I'll say. Just from, I guess, the last one, which it's so hard to compare the last run because there was so much money printed. And
Mhm.
this is just a total different market that we're in with the Fed and their policies and what they're doing. Did get some good news with the CPI coming a little lower, so the chances of a rate cut jumped quite a lot for later this
Mhm.
year. Obviously, they're still pricing it, I think, about two rate cuts. So who knows what the next 3 to 6 months are going to have for crypto, but it does seem like it's been kind of pushed down when everything else has been running hot. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe equities cool off a bit since the S&P and QQQ and all those have been
Mhm.
running like crazy. Maybe some of those gains roll into Bitcoin, Ethereum because of the, like I said, the ETF and just Bitcoin being kind of oversold. And then maybe we do get some kind of alt season. What are you seeing out there?
I'm gonna pull this up. I'm seeing fear, fear and greed index at 40. So there's a lot of fear in the market, and I agree with what you're saying. September is looking a little brighter. We still in an election year, so generally the markets do run, but I don't know if it's going to fully affect crypto like it's affecting the stock market. As you say, it's mostly the QQQs, the big tech is running, and then everything else is kind of doing what it's doing. But when we're looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin has held the 50 something thousand. Ethereum bounced back at 3,000, and Solana is staying where it's at about 130. So I think those three indicators are positive. But I agree, altcoins being down 80, 90% makes me feel like altcoins by itself are in a bear market. The top dogs here, just like the stock market, are still in a bull. So that's my views on this right here.
Yeah, and honestly, I could still see, I've seen many charts show that this is the bottom or that Bitcoin did bottom, Ethereum's bottom, we're going up, but I could still easily see, one more, kind of capitulation wick type environment over in the next month to 2 months before we get, maybe another decisive move up for Bitcoin. The good news is, once Bitcoin does make that decisive move, it should be all green lights go for the rest of the
Mhm.
year, because that's the thing. The summers tend to be not great for markets in general. They tend to be kind of lull off, and then in the winter or fall winter, most things start to pick back up, especially with the elections. That I'm sure that will be a very
Yeah.
interesting thing here for markets in the United States. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to say the least. And I'm still holding out hope that we do get, an alt season. Because like I said, we really haven't had an alt season. We had a
No.
meme season, right? And memes kind of took over just because, we talked about it a little bit ago, Solana with pump.fun, and now you even got Algorand with rug.ninja. It's just
Yeah.
making all these token creations that much easier. And so I think that's
Mhm.
what's kind of sucking the liquidity away from maybe some of the bigger ones that we'd like to see run, like the Algorands, Cardanos, XRP, whatever big blockchain token you may be holding. But nonetheless,
Casino is happening right now.
yeah, yeah.
We in
If
casino season.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
outside of that, there's still a ton of stuff going on. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about what happened at Decipher with James Frackas over at Fractal Monsters, and also just everything that they have going on over there. But there's still tons of building being done in the Algorand ecosystem and beyond. So excited to talk about that. And before we bring James on, let's go ahead and throw up the trailer for Fractal Monsters, just to give everybody, all the viewers, if you're new, never heard of them before, we're going to give you a trailer of the game that you can play on Algorand, and just a little insight into what we're going to be talking about today. So throw up that trailer.
All right. Let's get to it.
Huh?
All right, let's welcome Dev Frackas, James, to the show. How you doing, Dev Frackas?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good.
Good. Yes, very good.
Yeah, that game trailer. You guys know Block Runner, right? He's the one that made that. Like,
Yeah,
I told Block,
Shout
like,
out to Block Runner.
I feel like that was like the best case scenario for that trailer. Like, he made the game look as good as possible. He knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he's done a great job for a lot of things in the Algorand ecosystem. I know he's had his hands in a couple different places, but definitely done a really good job with some of the videography for you guys with your trailers and a lot of the other stuff you guys have pushed out this past year. So yeah, let's get into just Fractal Monsters. Obviously, we saw a trailer there, a little bit about what the game is. I've played it. I know a lot of people in the Algorand community, probably the people watching our stream, have played it. They've got some monsters, but kind of just tell us a little bit about what's kind of happened over the past year, and just currently what you guys are doing with Fractal Monsters. I know you guys were just at Decipher. That was a great event. I don't think you and Siwa linked up, but
no, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I know you guys had a lot there. I'm sure there was a lot of excitement, so excited to hear some of that as well.
Yeah, see, I saw you like 3 times, but you were always like doing interviews and watching presentations. I wanted to say hi, but I didn't get a chance to. But yeah, so I'm James Ward, background in computer science, worked in corporate for a while as a software developer. Then 2 years ago, we got an Algorand Foundation grant, and I was able to quit my software development job and started Fracctal full time. So we also have Roz, the co-founder, who was at Decipher as well. That was the first time that we met in person. So he also went full time 2 years ago. But I mean, as you saw from the trailer, it's like a Tamagotchi game, makes with a little bit of Smash Brothers with the combat style. So kind of like Pokemon, Digimon, Tamagotchi, you have a baby monster, you raise it to adulthood, they get stronger, you battle other players, you battle other monsters to win rewards, so that you can earn like Pepe, Akita. We've done a lot of partnerships in the past. Yeah, you do your daily missions, earn tokens, and it's kind of the concept behind it. You can play on mobile, you can play on web, and soon PC with Steam and Epic Games.
Yeah,
excellent. So speaking of Decipher, you just said you met your co-founders for the first time out there.
Yeah, Ruz, I've only known him online, so it was interesting sharing a hotel room with him.
How did you guys meet initially? Did you guys know each other at all, or were you just kind of like searching for someone in graphic design that could help, do the design for the monsters?
Yeah, so early on, I was looking for a 2D designer for the monsters. I hired someone, but he had applied after already like verbally committed to someone else, and they didn't do a good job. And I went back and was like, hey, like I saw his work and I knew that he would be a great fit, but I already committed to someone else. So
yeah,
the other person didn't work out, and then Roz came in. He did a few designs, and I asked him would he be willing to work full time on the project, and that's how it started.
That's pretty cool.
Web3 world, yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. So Decipher, how was the experience? I did, like I said, I walked by your booth a few times. So next time we'll catch each other.
Yeah.
But I saw there was always someone at your booth and you were talking and giving demos out. So can you talk about that experience there at Decipher?
Yeah, it was fun when we chatted with a lot of people who didn't know about the project. There was a lot of students there who were like studying like blockchain and stuff, a lot of other developers, and it was a good experience meeting a lot of people. I kind of felt bad though because I felt like I was kind of bound to the booth. I didn't get to chat as much with the other people in the ecosystem as much as I wanted to. I feel like if I'm sent out to man the booth, I need to be at my booth at all times. So I kind of felt bad in
Mhm.
that regard, but it was cool meeting Joanna and Min, all the people that we've worked with over the past 2 years. It was awesome. And the event was like it was they knocked it out of the park. It was super classy. It was nice, all about development and future updates for Algorand. So it was really cool. I was impressed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was an amazing event, and like compared to the last one, it was really, really focused, and
Yeah.
it seems like the outcomes and the things that they were trying to do, it happened, it worked, and so big shout out to the Algorand Foundation team over there.
Yeah, and I think the sentiment before with the foundation wasn't great maybe 2 years ago, but I feel like that's changed
Hmm.
a lot with the new hires and yeah, the way they've changed a lot. It's been great.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's hop into some of the updates of Fractal Monsters. Obviously, since kind of in between the last time we had you on the show and now, you guys have done a lot more updates in the multiplayer side of the game, and even in the single player, just like the explore mode. So let's talk about some of those updates that you guys have pushed through the game. And if you want us to show a trailer for some of those, feel free. We can throw one of those up as well.
Yep.
Okay. See, well, if you want to queue up the battle royale mode, but a few months ago we started experimenting with multiplayer, so we converted our explore mode into it was a single player, small little map. We changed a lot of things. We found that a lot of players couldn't find the items because you had to like
Mm.
click on trees and stuff. So we moved all the items to like treasure chests, so it's very obvious, and there's like an exclamation
Mm.
mark and guides on how to get to those items. So we made the forest way bigger, put loot indicators of which way to go for the loot, and also added multiplayer. So if the two of us join the game at the same time and we see a silver loot chest that has some tokens in it, we can fight for those tokens, which is pretty
Mm.
cool.
Hey,
But
let's
we've been
get it.
doing
I'll hit the
yeah,
I'll
go
hit the
ahead.
trailer whenever you're ready. Give me the cue.
Yeah, ready. Let's look at it.
Mm. That gave me some Mario feel too, classic Mario.
Yeah, like a multiplayer Mario. Yeah, so that was I think
Yeah.
we did an event. We did like a 5x or something on the token reward. So a lot of players
Mm.
kind of joined at the same times, and everyone was fighting each other for those loot rewards. But that was our first step for multiplayer. We're doing some more features now. I'm currently working on dungeons, so team up with other players to
Mm.
fight bosses and get some big rewards, and then also dedicated PvP lobbies, player versus player lobbies. So that would like if I see that you're online, I can challenge you to a battle and maybe like wager frac or whatever you want to wager
Mm.
in the
Yeah.
battles.
Have you guys ever thought about doing like, kind of, Sewell mentioned like Mario, almost like how Mario level is played out, where it's like a race, not a race to the finish, but just like a whole, like just, thing you have to like dodge and jump and get all kinds of stuff all the way through. Have you guys ever thought of adding anything like that? I mean, I know some of the things you have planned, so you may be looking way past that, but I just didn't know if y'all had thought about those like type of games, I guess, almost like a speed run type thing.
Yeah, kind of. Like we'll keep expanding the map. So I think the water map is pretty much done. Roz has completed it. We're just waiting to release the water
Mm.
monsters. But yeah, essentially we'll just keep doing new maps, and it'll be like kind of like Mario, go from one level to the next as you're like fighting monsters in the forest and stuff. But yeah, definitely the explore mode will be a lot bigger as we move forward for sure.
So speaking of monsters, can you kind of go through the types? I see grass type right behind you, and then you mentioned water. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, so we released the plant monsters, I guess about a year and a half ago. So those are our first monsters. They're NFTs. There's 4,096 of those, and they're all unique, one of one. Roz did a really good job of like creating each monster layer. There's 3 different layers, and they're compatible with any other monster type, even like water
Mm.
or fire. So you can do like breeding in the future. You can mix all the different layers. So we released those. The water monsters are essentially done as well. We're just waiting to do a mint for those, but
Mm.
those will be released at the end of the year, and then we have Fire, which he started on, and then we have a lot more elements that Roz has planned, our designer has planned.
And I know this was something, from when you guys first launched, that you were going to be able to do like almost kind of like evolutions, but like join, to an extent, burn the monsters and join them to make new monsters between like a fire and a grass and stuff like that. Is that going to be launched initially once you guys launch the water, or is that something you guys are waiting to do once you get more like fire, water, grass, and like more, elements out there.
Yeah, once we have so we've released the plants, and then once we have the waters out there, it'll be technically possible to set up the system. We'll probably wait a bit and kind of look at the player base we have. We'll talk about it here soon in a minute, but we're going to look to expand that player base before we go into breeding. But yeah, it's possible that it could be at the same time. We're going to be looking at how the markets are, but it's more likely that it'll come out a little bit after the water monsters are released.
Yeah, I do know that, when I went back and played the game some this past week, just in getting ready for you guys to come on the show. And, I liked the Smash Brothers style of play, that was on there. That was a fun addition to, the person versus person fighting, instead of it just being like, when you're fighting the computer player in just that one little arena. It kind of gives more to it, that you can like jump around, almost like I say, like Smash Brothers. Need to get some nostalgic style maps. What is there a lot that goes into, like, I guess you wouldn't be able to do like copyright stuff, but like, how are you guys planning on like expanding that side of it to make it, almost like a nostalgia type thing for different maps you could play on?
Yeah. I wish Ross could be here. He doesn't have a great mic, so he's a great public speaker, but online it doesn't come out so great. But he takes a lot of inspiration from Mario. So
Okay.
I mean, the maps are already kind of inspired by Mario. Like if you look at the overall map,
Yeah,
kind of the zoomed out map, yeah, it's inspiration from Mario, but I don't think he's gonna copy anything directly. But yeah, he's done a good job of kind of pulling from like Digimon inspirations, kind of like any of those 90 kind of games like Mario and Pokemon, Digimon. He's done a great job with that.
Well, I do like about Fractal Monsters, you guys are also just doing your own thing too.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the most important things, because a lot of we'll say Web3 games feel like it's like arcade that just on blockchain, but y'all are, expanding and putting some, like you said, some elements of Digimon, some of our favorite classics, but
Right.
it's in your own, version. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, we've been working really hard to appeal to Web 2 gamers. So on our mobile app, the game is essentially just a Web 2 game. They come to the website to handle their NFTs and tokens and stuff, but it's essentially a Web 2 game. And also, we'll be releasing on Steam. If you guys seen our Steam page, essentially we can do that because the game is essentially Web 2, and then they go to the website if they want to convert to Web 3.
And I did see this when I logged in, maybe because it had been a minute since I logged in, but it gave me the option to choose between like a grass, water, or maybe it was a fire, electric, or water, or something like that.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah, so we originally set the system that Web 2 players would get a free monster, but we thought, like, why not give a free monster to like Web 3 players too? So if you're an Algorand and you haven't tried the game out, like, we don't want you to have to buy an NFT just to try the game. So we give anyone with an Algorand address, if they sign in, they'll also get a free monster as well. They can do their daily mission, they can do everything that a normal player would do with an NFT, but generally the earning rates are lower for players that don't own NFTs, but they can still play the game.
Gotcha. And obviously that's something we can talk about. Let's talk about, like, what does the rewards look like for players who are owning these NFTs, playing these games and stuff like that? I mean, I know at one point you guys were giving out Pepe like crazy in the bull run when Pepe was just going crazy. And there was one guy, I don't remember how much it was, but he had earned quite a lot of Pepe, and Pepe dropped like 90%. But obviously if he held that Pepe, it would have been worth like, I don't, maybe the exact number, but it would have been
I think it was 11,000.
Yeah, it was something like that. Is that the peak? We looked at it. It was, oh wow,
yeah.
like this guy made 11,000. I want to say it was closer to 15, but yeah,
Oh,
total
wow.
we've given out 2.6 billion Pepe so far. By today's value, that's about $25,000.
Yeah.
But back then it was like 1,000 or 2,000. But I mean, yeah, so we've switched up the reward pools in different ways. So we used to do like reward pools for doing versus rewards. So if you do your combat battles, you get Pepe or Akita, stuff like that. We've kind of moved those over to the explore mode. So you're going around looking for those chests. Right now we don't have a partnership with anyone, but so you're getting the Fract tokens. But yeah, if we do another partnership, we probably will do one soon. It'll be tokens in those loot chests. You'll be fighting other players in the forest to get those token rewards. We're still doing our active player rewards as well. So that's like every block, one random online player is selected for a reward as well. We've had quite a few different ways to earn.
So if a community project or some other business would want to partner with y'all, how do y'all facilitate that, and how could they reach out?
Yeah, in the past we've done a lot of partnerships with like we've done Pepe ourselves, but Akita, I'm kind of blanking on all the ones. Iguana were some the big ones, but just we communicated. Essentially, what we do is we would say, okay, we'll buy 20,000 of your token if you'll commit 20,000 from your like marketing pool. So they kind of a matching system. We'll buy 20,000 from the market if you donate 20,000 to the reward pool. I think with Iguana, I forgot how many new holders that were, but it was like from 600 up to like 2,000 after the partnership. So it kind of benefits both parties. They get exposure to the token, and then also our players get rewarded as well.
Nice. Okay, so right now we're going to take our ad break, and then let's get to some big alpha after this ad break. So I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Exit Market, Gora, and Non-Fungible Domains. Hey, welcome back. Episode 113. We're here with Dev Frackus. So what we were talking about, multiplayer. Any more updates before we move on to some cross-chain big news? Any multiplayer updates?
We've done a lot of updates. I mean, some of them are kind of minor, like referral reward system, refer the players, get rewards, rewards hub, so you can like share Fractal, like put hashtag Fractal in your username on Twitter. You'll get like 20 frac a day for that. Tweet out Fractal, stuff like that. Join a guild, do your guild dailies, kind of incentives for more frac, and then they can spin a wheel to get like Pepe rewards or like big algo rewards. So that's been cool. Yeah, social hub. Yeah, there's a lot of minor updates, but we can get to the the bigger news if you guys want to do that.
Yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, I know a lot of people in the community here in the chat, so let's drop the big announcement.
I'm gonna play the video.
Well, let me talk about it first. Well,
okay.
You play.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so we released the announcement for Steam. So we did our trailer, and it was we got a lot of likes and stuff. And so Immutable X is a big blockchain gaming, or it's a big gaming blockchain. So they saw the trailer, they reached out. Initially we reached out to our community, like, are you guys interested in multi-chain? Is that something we should pursue? Should we more pursue the Web 2 world, or should we go maybe multi-chain? Immutable has like over 1 million Web3 gamers on their platform. So we kind of went back and forth for a few months. They reached out with like a developer partnership agreement. So essentially they'll promote us, put us on their website, give us access to like early tools to kind of whitelist us for some of their functionality. And they also offered like a grant with that too. So we eventually signed the paperwork. So we've already added the integration for Immutable to our website. Essentially how it works is they abstract away from the blockchain. So you give them an email address and they'll create an Immutable wallet. We plugged in their system into our website, and what happens when you sign in with Immutable, it'll create an Immutable wallet. And also on our end, we developed a system that creates an Algorand wallet. So a user who logs in with Immutable will have two wallets, an Immutable wallet and an Algorand wallet. So our game log system will remain on Algorand. Algorand's our home. So we'll keep logging those transactions to the blockchain for game actions. We have over, I want to say we're close to 11 million transactions on Algorand blockchain so far. Also, the active player rewards. So every block, those rewards going out to random players. That'll go to Algorand as well. So if they're playing the game, those rewards are going to be building up in their Algorand wallet. And so they'll need to interact with the Algorand side to access those rewards.
That is huge. I'm going to pull up the website too while you continue to talk.
Okay, yeah. So they know that we have the wallet integration on our website. We haven't released it yet because we're waiting for the announcement. So yeah, you can see they've already listed us on their website. They have a nice page here. They can click on that, play now from the website or the mobile apps. But the big idea behind it is that these immutable users are also Algorand users. Every person who plays from immutable will also be an Algorand user. So the rewards will go to their Algorand wallet by default. All the ASA token rewards. So if they're earning Pepe, Akita, Guana, they need to come to the website. They can view all their assets there, and then if they want to cash out, they need to go like Tiny Man or something. So yeah, we're excited to bridge over those users to Algorand and also just have more exposure in the Web3 gaming space. I want to say they account for over 70% of Web3 games, over 1 million Web3 users. So really excited to reach out multi-chain.
Yeah, I'll say that is huge because immutable is definitely well known, and then integrating it back into Algorand definitely makes the Algo fam very happy. I know that.
And does this open up possibilities to also earn rewards that are on the immutable chain as well, even if they were, could obviously cross chain them to where they're getting put in maybe an Algorand wallet, but even vice versa, maybe you're, have an immutable wallet and you're also earning dual rewards on Algorand's chain and immutable chain?
Yeah, exactly. So there'll be a system by default. Generally in the game, when you're earning items, those are like database items, so like credits for an NFT. So if they're an immutable user, they can go to the website, look at that item, and say withdraw. So they want to withdraw to Algorand or withdraw to immutable. So we still have to build out that part, the withdrawal system, and the minting aspect on the immutable side. So that's what we'll be working on that full time starting next month in August.
And this is also just one other quick question I just wanted to ask, because I obviously all of my monsters that I have on your game are adults, but I saw it there and I keep forgetting about it. But the Omegas. So how do you get Omega monsters? Is that just play the game more with them, or is there something special you have to do there?
Yeah, so that's coming pretty soon. I want to say the art and the animations for that is like 90% complete. So essentially you'll need to rebirth your monsters. So the higher the purity, the lower requirements for that rebirthing system. But there's rare items in the game called rebirth stones. So once you get an adult, once it's like 30 days old, you can rebirth it, and you get like a 1 in 1,000 chance to get a shiny monster. But also it adds to your rebirth count, and that's how you're going to get an Omega. So likely it's going to be about 5 rebirths to get an Omega for a Purity 4 monster, which is like the most common monster. So it's a lot of work to get that Omega. And likely the breeding system will be tied to Omegas. Omegas will be the monsters that can do the breeding.
That's pretty dope. And I like that, the whole shiny thing. Obviously, I know it's a kind of a Pokemon style thing. I know a lot of people grind to try to get shiny. So it'll be pretty cool if if you're a collector of these monsters trying to get not only just trying to get as many as you can, but trying to get the shiny versions.
Yeah, exactly. Having a shiny Omega would be like, the rarest of the rare.
Yeah, it'd be like trying to get a legendary shiny. You gotta,
Yeah.
it's just like I think like 1 in 4,096 chance for most Pokemon games.
Something like that, yeah. So far, I think there's been like 8 shiny monsters created for Fractal so far. I think we're going to cap it to 200, so there can never be more than 200 shiny monsters in the game.
And that's pretty cool for those people maybe who don't know about the game as well, because when you have, owning these assets, it's different than like a Web 2 game where you're just playing a game and grinding and you have these champions. Owning these NFTs, like Fractal Monsters has their own NFT marketplace where you can buy and sell and trade these items for Frac or Algo or various other items and currencies that are available on the platform. So there is a sense of grinding for these could reward more maybe effort and money put in at the start if you're able to collect the right ones.
Right, yeah. We wanted players to be able to come to our website and do essentially everything from the website. We don't want you to have to go, if you don't want to, not to have to go to Para or DeFi or Rain Gallery. We want them to be able to do everything from the website. So join a guild, sell your items, send Algo to a different wallet, all the tools we wanted to be possible on our website. But also, once they've had some exposure to the game and kind of understand how the NFTs work, we do want them to essentially create a Para wallet, transfer their assets to a Para, and explore the rest of the ecosystem as well. But as far as like entry, we want them to just have an easy time like getting started. So I think we've done a good job in that respect.
Heck yeah. And I love what you guys have done. I'm going to have to bow out. My son's been a little under the weather, so he is waking up a little early from his nap time. But Siwa's going to keep it going. And obviously, you got a little bit more to talk about here about what you guys are building. But Godspeed in building on Algorand and now on Immutable X and just trying to bring as many people on chain. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Will, is it possible to play the video muted? And
Yes,
then so I
sir.
can speak over it? Okay. The immutable wallet.
Oh no,
integration.
you can't play it unmuted. No, it plays with the sound on.
Ah, okay. But if you want to play the video for the wallet integration, you can show how easy it is for immutable players
Okay.
to get started.
All right, I'll play it right now.
Okay.
Definitely some up-tempo music right there.
Right. You can see there, that was the integration for immutable. So that was like 30 seconds for them to connect to the immutable passport wallet. That created an immutable wallet. We created an Algorand wallet, and they can start playing the game within 30 seconds. Super
Oh,
simple system.
Yeah, very simple. So Mutable X, Algorand, I love it. Sounds good. Make sure y'all put some fire emojis and whatnot in the chat right now. That's a big news for y'all right there. So you said you've been talking to Mutable X for a few months, right? And they reached
Right.
out to y'all. Yeah, that's great. And that means, so actually, how long has Fractal Monster? Like, when was the first launch date on y'all timeline?
I want to say January 28th, 2023. So a year and a half ago for the
Nice.
mainnet launch. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, well, congrats to y'all. Y'all have definitely delivered. Y'all worked y'all way through the bear market. You have been one of the longest standing games, especially still around, and only have gotten stronger. That's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's been tough. Well, with the market as rough as it is, but we consistently grown our player base by reaching more out to the Web 2 player base, and then also hopefully with Immutable we'll have a lot of success there. For Immutable, we're listed on their general category page. I think there's like 300 games on that one, but for the passport, they just released that a few months ago. They're gonna put us on their passport webpage very soon. There's only maybe 12 games that'll be listed there, so we'll be probably one of maybe 20 games listed on the Immutable page.
So what is passport?
The passport's just like their way to abstract the user from the blockchain. So they just use an email, and then they plug in an email and they create an immutable wallet for the user. So just like reducing friction for immutable gamers. They you don't have to manage keys or anything. You just need an email address. So it's kind of like our email system, but for their whole entire blockchain.
Yeah, like a Magic Link-ish type of thing.
Yeah, I think it's built on Magic. Probably. I think I saw some code that was built on Magic, but yeah.
Excellent. So anything else to share about Mutable X?
I mean, that should be it. We have that partnership agreement. They're going to promote us. We have a grant. There's some milestones there, but I'm really excited for that. Like I said, they hold over like 70% of the Web3 gaming ecosystem. We want to pull those users over to Algorand and access a bigger pool of users. Yeah, I mean, advertising in Web3, it's interesting. And even in Web2, like you can't just put your game on like iOS or Android Play stores. Like you may get like a nice bump on the first day, but it takes a lot of work to actually get traction with marketing. You have to pay, to access players. So hopefully having this huge pool of Web3 gamers will be a good benefit for us. Hopefully it'll really be a good benefit for the Algorand blockchain.
Yeah, I think so too. And like I said, Steam was already a huge update. Just having it Steam straight up on the website, that's like amazing. But can we move on to the next big thing that y'all are working on?
Yeah. So do you want to play the video, or do you want me to explain?
Yeah, I was like, we can play it, or no, explain it, then I'll play it. Let me make sure I got it ready.
Yeah, so over the past month and a half, we kind of been working on a demo for our 3D game. That's always been the end goal for Fractal. So we wanted to spend about 2 years being up the 2D game for mobile and for PC, but our final goal was the 3D game. So open world, build a home, explore like a big open 3D world, multiplayer, see other players, create a garden, go fishing, really like an immersive experience. So we released our demo at the Cypher, and if you want to play that now, we can show them how it looks just for the demo.
Excellent. Start over. Congrats. I wish I had a clapping sound right now.
Yeah, we're really
Congrats
excited for
on that.
that. Yeah, so for this, we knew that building out a 3D game would take a lot more resources. So we wanted to build a 2D game first, kind of prove our ability to execute on a game, and then move to 3D once the 2D game was completed. So, yeah, we'll need a bigger team for this. We'll need, 3D modelers, animation, rigging, and then also like a developer who specializes in 3D. So, yeah, so we're going to be looking for an investment starting at the end of the year. Bring on a VC so we can expand the team. We need about at least 3 more team members to pull that off. So, yeah, that's always been the dream, was the 3D game. The 2D game is awesome. We've enjoyed it, but 3D is like the real end game for us. Really excited for it. And so what you saw there was just like a concept demo. That's just us experimenting around the base building, exploring, picking up items, stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks amazing. So it looked like a buddy system, essentially. So you can switch between being the person or the monster. Yep, amazing looking.
The monsters will have different abilities. So like some monsters will be good at cutting down trees or like mining ore, stuff like that. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be kind of like more of like Rust or like Pal World, DayZ kind of feel. You're kind of surviving.
Little Final Fantasy kind of ish a little bit as well.
Yeah, a little bit in there. Yeah, really excited for that.
Yeah, so that was pretty dope. That one I feel like it will definitely, you already taken off, but I think that one will really catch people's attention because everybody loved 3D worlds.
Yeah, Power World came out earlier this year. I mean, they really went viral. They made close to 500 million so far, 17 million players. So that was like that was kind of like Ark, like a survival game mixed with Pokemon. That was like super viral earlier this year. But yeah, kind of that genre, like it's huge for sure.
Yeah, I see a question from. We'll start with Everyday Algonaut. Is there any localizations coming? Is it possible to help to translate? Definitely, I think that's a great idea. Great question.
Yeah, we definitely want to do that in the future. Like, I've experimented with Chat GPT, like doing translations, and I've like asked around if the translations are good. They said they're okay. So we'll see if we'll use Chat GPT or hire someone. But we definitely want to do localization in the future.
And then another one, I guess you kind of already answered this anyway, but is there any advantage of moving our play to immutable versus straight algo? It's not quite moved. It's opening up for cross chain, but I'll let you kind of answer that one.
Yeah, so we're likely gonna. So we're still discussing as a team, but we're likely gonna launch a token on immutable. So it'll be like an ETH token with an LP, so like it has monetary value. So we'll likely have a system where you can link your immutable wallet if you want to mess around with that token, but that's still in planning. But we're loosely discussing the idea of releasing a LP token, like not just a game token, but an LP token on immutable.
Excellent. Hey, y'all, make sure you hit that like button. We see you watching on YouTube. We need some more likes on there. And then I'll say this final one. Is there a Fracctal rewards token? Again, you already kind of answered that, but I think there's some of these people came a little later. So thanks for the question, Oliver.
Yeah, I'll just touch quickly on that. We've given out 2.6 billion Pepe, which is roughly $25,000. So there's been different rewards pool. Currently, the best way to earn the Pepe is to earn Frac and then spin a wheel, and then there's like you can win like 6 million Pepe from that wheel. Currently, that's the best way to earn monetary value currently.
Excellent. All right. Well, is there anything else you would like to share before we slowly start to close out?
I think we covered everything. A lot of fun updates. Multiplayer has been our focus this year. We've released our PvP exploration mode. We're going to add dungeons. So you're going to team up with your friends. We're going to add dedicated lobbies so you can challenge your friends and maybe do some wagers with Frac or whatever assets you want to do. Immutable will be our big focus. Starting next month, we'll be working on that full time. So the minting system, the ability to either withdraw your assets to Algorand or to Immutable. So we're excited for that. Likely that will go live end of the year along with Steam and also along with our release on Epic Games as well. Moving into 2025, we'll be focusing our efforts full time to our 3D game. And we'll still be updating the 2D game as well, but our full focus will be the 3D game in 2025. Really excited for that.
Excellent. Well, thank you, James. Make sure you stay after as I do my outro. And then for y'all in the audience, go to the website, find them on Twitter, play the game, share this video, and then share all this information that you're seeing because this is good for the Algorand community as well as crypto in general. All right, y'all, we will see you next week. Appreciate you for watching the show.
Thank you.